Welcome back to Don't Play With Me podcast. Again, I'm here with LaShawn Harris Cooper. I'm a certified life coach, and we're talking about anger as well as different traumas. So, my next question is um, with your experience in anger management, when would you say that someone needs to seek help or professional help? At what point?
I would say seek professional help when you no longer able to communicate with yourself. If you find yourself that I cannot, when I breathe, I've tried the breathing exercise, I try this, then it's a little bit deeper because that means there are some deeper wounds that has to be addressed.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna give the analogy of a tree. A tree is, as far as the root is in the ground, it's as tall as it'll grow up, right? And if the growing up part is the exposed part, if whatever you're going through, like if you're easily triggered, and you can only tell yourself this just the way I am, you're not trying to change, really that's when you need help the most.
Okay.
With the this is just the way I am. No, you don't have to be that way. You have to train your thoughts. Your thoughts is trainable. And if you are not willing to train your thoughts, you're leading into a more danger zone. I would also say that you should seek help when you cannot see a brighter day. You know, when some people just they goes into this negative element where everything that spills out their mouth. You can't even say, "Hey, good morning," without them. What's so good about the morning? You need to seek help because everything that's spewing out of their mouth is like the venom of a snake. You need to seek help. When you find yourself in a deep depression state, that is another form where you need to seek help because a depression is a sign that you have reached a place of hopelessness. And when you cannot find anything that will help restore your hope or pull you into a place of hope that can make you smile, that can make you dance, whether it's meditate, whether it's playing with your children, if you find yourself being isolated and in a deeper depression, seek help. Those are some of the major things that I would say. But again, these are the primary states because anger is just a secondary emotion that is responding to some of those, like unhealed childhood traumas. Like, what did you feel? I wasn't loved. I wasn't good enough. And you can kind of tell, like sometimes you can just sit back and watch people behavior. Like sometimes people, you can tell an initiative person versus a person that is seeking to be center of attention, where they just have to be seen and have to be looked at. Well, baby, you still dealing with some unhealed childhood trauma where you was unloved and not properly healed to say it's okay that the spotlight is on somebody else. It's okay to give your neighbor a compliment to say your dress look nice, but then they in your ear talking about, honey, that didn't go with that color, because you're negative and you don't know how to channel your thoughts. But if negativity is all that spews out of your mouth, change your circle and seek some help. Go lay on somebody's couch.
Oh my
That is just some of the things, because it can go beyond that, even with grief, because grief can also take you to a sunken place. And a sunken place is lower than depression, like they don't see themselves out. However, grief is an everlasting healing process. And when I say everlasting, because you're going to forever be reminded of that person. And it can come at the blink of an eye. Let me also tell people this about grief. You can grieve a person and they're not even dead.
Yeah. Yeah. People grieve relationships.
People grieve relationships. They grieve what they think their life should have been. You can grieve and you can grieve something that is not even deceased. It's not just tied to death. It's true. You can grieve what life, what you, the picture or the vision or the dream. You can dream a dream and be like, this is how my life is supposed to be. And when it don't turn out, it can send you into a sunken place
Oh
of grief.
my God.
It really can.
Mm.
And people they don't have to be dead to grieve,
They don't.
but you have to seek help. You have to find your way, because that is going to be a memory that plays over. But be able to channel that memory. Like when that memory of your loved one come up, be able to say, but I love you. I miss you, yes, but I love you. And give yourself the grace to feel, sit in it and say, I miss them, but I love them. But would they want you to be sunken? No. Will you have days where you shed tears? Of course. But you will also have days that you should have a good memory that you can apply to your memory bank,
Correct.
or even
Correct.
channel that. Like,
Correct.
okay, instead of crying anytime I hear this song, I'm gonna get up and dance to it. That was my mom's favorite song. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna dance to it. I don't have to cry every time I
Right.
hear it.
Right.
But if I dance to it, I can picture myself dancing with her. And
Mm-hmm.
that can do a shifting in your
Mm-hmm.
thought process
Mm-hmm.
as
It
well.
does.
Those are just some examples, but there are more. But yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. That was a lot. Um, so again, now we're talking about anger. We have given some different techniques in what to do in order to calm yourself down,
Mm-hmm.
dealing with anger. Where are some of the things from grief, trauma, childhood trauma, or whatever it may be that can start building these things up? What are give me some other examples as far as how people can heal themselves from or from anger itself.
Yes. Now you can't heal yourself from anger because it's
Okay.
a normal reaction.
Okay.
It's a normal reaction, just like if you get really, really happy and you cry. That's a
Mm-hmm.
normal reaction. You don't heal yourself from anger, you manage it.
Manage it. Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
manage anger. And you manage anger because you don't want to respond to it in a way that will cause you a lifetime of trouble or a
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
lifetime of pain.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's nothing more hurtful than you hurting someone and you really didn't mean to hurt them, like physically and
Mm-hmm.
mentally, because
Mm-hmm.
anger could take you there. You could be like boom, 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 and now you
People
got
snap.
consequences. It is true. People snap.
We said this before, but it was a series that used to come. I don't know if it still come on television or not, but it also talked about even it was called Snap,
Snap.
but it was based on how females themselves snap because of whatever was going on in their life, but not just saying females, but people in general. People snap.
Yeah. Um Actually, and I don't know the percentage, but the percentage of females versus females do, but they related to imbalancing of hormones. And
Mm-hmm,
it's because
mm-hmm,
our
mm-hmm.
hormones shift so often. And that's a whole nother story to talk about how our hormones do a shift, and even in perimenopause, menopause, as well as um, after you have your babies or whatever,
Mm-hmm,
your
mm-hmm.
hormones do a shifting, and our hormones shift every month. We know that, right? But the percentage of women snapping was greater when they do the study. Is greater than it is in men. But even to get to that point, you have 5 seconds. You have 5 seconds. 5 seconds can change your life, but you have to be willing to try it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
five 5 seconds means a lot, especially when your life is at stake, your family is at stake. 5 seconds mean a lot. Yeah.
But guess what? A lot of people will say that they have been put in the predicament. They couldn't think.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't think.
Mm-hmm.
All I they said I blanked out. I didn't see anything. I don't even remember. I don't know what happened. And when I came back to, they're laying on the floor.
And it's true. That's called snap, and it's called a temporary insanity. You loses it totally. and you don't know, and it is so true and it is real. But something have to get you to that point because your mind goes into this defense, like it's a real strong defense.
Mm-hmm.
And they call it fight, flight, or freeze. Either you're gonna freeze up, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna run, or you're gonna fight. But
Mm-hmm.
remember when I told you, when it comes to uncontrollable anger, when you see the red, nothing in your mind tells you to stop.
Nothing.
Your mind have set a target, and that is to destroy. And it's real. Snap is
Mm-hmm.
real. But you can prevent yourself by getting the appropriate help when you know that you're imbalanced, when you know that you're up and down, when you know that, okay, excuse me, you have to acknowledge and know that, okay, every other day you're arguing in a relationship, there is
That's
toxic there.
right, right, right.
If
Mm-hmm.
you can't get along at least 30 days without an argument,
Mm-hmm.
you're dealing with some toxic situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going back, if your insecurity and his toxic and his insecurity and your toxic is clashing, you
Mm-hmm.
need some help.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You definitely need some help because help is going to help it to get better.
Mm-hmm.
Staying in a situation is not. And it's not just that type of relationship, it can be a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
When you see that this friendship is not benefiting you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and every time you turn around, you getting ridiculed, but when they need help, you're there helping them, or
Right.
they trying to dip and dab in your business, but jealousy and envy, reconsider.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Reconsider.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people, if you're the biggest one in your circle, if you don't have somebody in your circle that you can look up to,
Mm-hmm.
create another circle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, okay, so now I do know that you currently facilitate some classes
I do.
for anger management.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it for just single individuals? Is it couples? Or is it family? What type of
Well, the
classes are
classes
these?
that I facilitate is through a company.
Okay.
But if they are seeking anger management sessions, I can do individual, I
Okay.
can do couples because I am a certified, now I'm certified anger
Mm-hmm.
management.
Mm-hmm.
So they can book with me for life coaching or they can book with me for anger management in a separate class. But what I do for a company,
Okay.
it is a company that actually is contracted with the courts.
Okay.
That I'm
Okay.
just facilitating. I'm just sitting there talking to them just like we're talking,
Okay.
but that does not belong to me. But my certification is
Mm-hmm.
my own certification, which allows me to utilize that in my life coaching and anger management sessions.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What other information can you give me as far as dealing with emotions? Um, for one, teens, our teens, the young people that's supposed to be leading the world on our tomorrows, like they are so quick to pop off.
They are in a stage where they have to prove a point. And I don't know
What's
what
the point?
in this era that makes them feel like I have to prove a point. I feel like it is the environment that they are connected to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because when they hang around a group of friends and they're a group of friends and they be like, oh no, I ain't gonna take this, I ain't gonna do this. Whoever they are connected to,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? We have to watch. I used to tell Jay, my son, like, I can tell what you into by the friends that you hang with.
Mm. Mm.
I can.
Mm-hmm.
Just like anybody else, if they was doing the evaluation, they would be able to tell what type of person that I'm with by the people that I entertain,
Mm-hmm.
the people that I hang with. When I travel, what are we doing when we travel? Where do I go? Is it church? What, like, how does she center herself?
Right.
However I center myself, that is how that you can determine the people. You could how you see them and how they react is you can determine. So in this day and time, I personally feel like for some according reason they have something to prove. They have seen a lot. Honestly, they have. And some stuff we as parents have to be responsible for what we introduce to them, right? When they have seen, like, I'm just going to use me for an example. My son came up in a single parent household, and if he's seen me in a good stable relationship that went left, and he's seen that I reconcile with them, not that reconciling is bad, but if he's seen that I reconcile with a toxic relationship, he is liable to think that it's acceptable.
Okay.
You think that they're not watching, they are watching when you don't know they are.
They are.
And you don't know what they're perceiving, meaning what are they receiving, what are they adopting as their truth, as their moral, as their core belief, because they would adopt the stuff that you be like, no.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we have to be honest with ourselves as parents to be like, girl, dog it. Okay.
It's
But
true.
let me help you. I'm not gonna fight. Don't be so quick to fight with them. But let me steer you and have real conversation. I would say some of the best healing that took place with my son and I was having real conversation. Be like, I did this, I did that, even to the point where he was like, I remember simply having a real conversation with him about something so personal to me. And he told me, I don't believe you. And I said, why? He said, because nobody ever told me that. My auntie, nobody. And I said, they wouldn't. But it happened. I did. I made that decision, and therefore I had to think about my life, and I had to make other decisions and other decisions and other decisions. It did, but I learned from it. So therefore, I didn't keep doing it. I didn't repeat that bad behavior.
Right.
Because I learned from it. And when I learned from it, I don't want you to go down that same path. And to God be the glory. That particular incident, he didn't. Not that I know of. Let me put it that way. Not that I know of.
I just said this again because this is how everything in your life relates to everything. It's just a full circle. But I said the same thing, like, yes, okay, I was with a guy. I was 14. He was 24. But I knew in my mind I didn't want this for my daughter. She didn't know growing up. She didn't find out until we got back together, just recently or whatever. And so then she was like, Mama, you 14 with a 24, blah, blah, like, yeah. She said, but you went off on me. She had graduated from high school. I just gave this whole scenario on another account when I did accountability. And she was like, you went off on me when such and such was trying to talk to me and he was older, blah, blah, because I knew what I went through, but I didn't want that for my daughter. I didn't want that for my child. So I'm like, when I see it, I'm addressing it. Oh, like I'm to the point I don't jacked her up and everything. Like, you're not doing this. You just freshly out of high school. Enjoy your life. This Negro got children, a child, or whatever. He's grown. But when she found out, and this was years later, you see how the universe will tell on you.
Yes, it
It
will.
was years later that this individual came back in my life. Now my daughter saying like, you was 14 with a 24 and you did that. Yes, I did, but I didn't want that
Shankita,
for you.
look at the pattern. But look how you approached it, right?
Right.
And because I didn't even know. And even when I heard, I was like, what the? What? Like, I didn't even know, right? I didn't know. But then I'm like, first of all, that's pedophile behavior. Because, and I know, you know how I feel about that. And I feel, and I must just say this because I feel strongly about this. At the age of 14, you wasn't even buying your own clothes, your own shoes. You couldn't even provide for yourself. But somebody that was more experienced gave you something that you liked and you enjoyed, and they met a need. That need was my father was not in the home, and somebody is telling me they love me. Somebody is showing me affection. I am getting a man affection. I am getting attention from a man because my father was absent from the home. Now, let's go back, because now you up against a generational curse, because God is saying, I wasn't pleased with that, right? Now you see it in your daughter and you trying to do it like this. You can't beat everything out of them. Some stuff come and say, hey, look at me. Let me tell you this, right? I'm going to be open and honest with you. And you have to be free enough and at peace enough to say, even if I hear this again, so be it. But I'm doing this to rescue you, right? Then you sit with yourself and say, let's go back a little bit further. What was the age difference between my mom and dad? How did they react? And your mama reacted the same way that you reacted. That is called a generational curse on that bloodline that has to be broken. And guess what? You have the power in your tongue to stop and curse every generational curse. Stop it and say, you're going to stop right here. You will not go down to the next bloodline. You will not destroy my child, my grandchildren, my great grandchildren. As a matter of fact, I'm going to uproot this from 7 generations back. This will not linger over my bloodline. It will not. It will not. Because honestly, that is, excuse me, honestly, that is called preying on the innocent through manipulation. It is. And I don't mean P-R-A-Y. I mean P-R-E-Y. Somebody older, and you can't help how your body build. You should have the right to have your body build the way God orchestrated it without somebody praying on it. I remember, this is a true story, that I was about 17 because I was still in high school and I think I was getting ready to graduate. Me and a friend of mine was going to the gas station, and my mom took us to the gas station. And I had on this little mini skirt set. And this guy walked in this gas station and stuck his hand up under my skirt, literally, right? Now, an immature person would have giggled because that means you got some unmet needs. I turned around and went at him, like started cussing him out. Pushed him and everything, went out to the car, told my mom it was a police parked over, like sitting to the side. The police came and he was like, I can only write a report because this man had his child in the car. We went to court on that case. And when we went to court on that case, he wrote it up as some type of violation, right? But the judge says no, and she changed the charge to attempted rape because his hand literally went inside my underwear and he touched my private area in a gas station. This man turned out to be a Georgia Power employee. But had I not said nothing and laughed at it, he would have did it to somebody else. But that I can surely say, oh no, that's going to be broken off of my bloodline. If you're not going to pray on me and you're not going to violate me in this perspective. Like, my body is my temple. It's the temple of the Holy Ghost. But I didn't know all of that at the point, but I knew I was violated and I recognized I was being violated. So what I'm saying is, he was feeding you something, because this guy didn't say nothing but like, hey, cutie, what's your name, whatever, and then slickly stuck his hand up under my skirt. I didn't know him, but this person prayed, P-R-E-Y, meaning he was seeking. He was lurking. That's a lurking spirit. Let me get to know her. I'm going to tell her something nice. And as soon as you smile, it gives him that signal like, oh, I'm in there. And even if she reject me now, I'm going to keep on trying. I'm going to keep on trying because I know what she like to hear. I know she like, oh, you so pretty. You know what? I'll take you to dinner. I got some money. Here, you need some money. Oh, you need this? I'll do it. an unmet need as a childhood
Right.
that he stepped in and fraudulently filled that place. That's what it is. That's what that was. So I can't say love there because there were some intentions behind it. But what I can say, it played a big part as to how you open back up to him that second time. Because the 14-year-old was saying, I remember when. It recalled the memory.
Right. And I kept saying,
of
I don't know what happened.
He
Just
was
something
good to
happened.
me. I liked him. I liked the way he made me feel. And then at the end of the day, because I don't want to steer too far, but at the end of the day, he's the freaking culprit. Especially if you still had another situation going on. She's sleeping with the enemy. You were sleeping with the enemy. He's the freaking enemy. But oftentimes, and you know, a lot of us have been there. You go after the other person. He's the one that made the vow. The Bible tells us it's better not to make a vow than to make a vow and not keep it. Right. He's the one that stood before God and said that this is, you are my wife, you're this, you're that. But instead, they will come after the other woman. And you know what that message that she's sending? The message she's sending is telling him, this is what I do whenever you treat me like that. I'm going to go after them and still take him back. Well, you got to deal with that dirty trash.
You got to.
That's your troubles.
That definitely.
And I'm a wife. I am a wife. But there is no way. Girl, me too. But there's no way. Hear what I'm saying. She has the right to feel what she's feeling, Shankita, but there's no way that she could hold the other woman accountable, more accountable than she hold the one that lay next to her. Baby, you're sleeping with the enemy. And until you come to that grips, you're going to always have to deal with challenges and insecurities in your marriage.
I don't know.
Because this is who he is. Betrayal reveals truth. It don't lie.
Any other snippets before I took them down and everything?
I did.
Out of his mouth.
I did.
Out of his mouth. Fully disrespect.
Yeah.
Fully disrespect.
But you know what? He was using the tactics on you that he have used before. You cannot tell me, right? But you cannot tell me that's not a tactic that he have never used. You know why? Because he's using what he know would draw you in. Because had it been his way, he would have went back, reestablished his marriage, moved back home for whatever reason he told you, and whatever lie that he told her, and then he would have still been calling you, texting you. I love you. I want to come see you.
He was still calling until I had to say, stop texting me.
All tricks of the enemy. It's called tactics. It's called tactics, schemes, and plots. All tricks of the enemy. And what it reveals is that he's broken.
Definitely.
He's definitely broken.
Definitely.
And a hurt people hurt people. And now God is holding him accountable for two individuals that he have hurt. Hurt people hurt people. And heal people, help people heal.
Listen, girl, I feel so good. I'm in a better space.
I'm glad for you.
I don't have none of them. I don't even have to deal with her mess because she ain't innocent either. And she is like they got to go back and forth. Girl, it's just
that
like,
don't concern
whatever.
you.
It don't. I love
and it don't concern your healing part, your healing process.
And all, listen, whatever I need to talk about, I'm gonna talk about. Put it on this podcast. Come with you. Like, subscribe, share.
Just like that. In that order.
Just
view,
like that.
comment, share your thoughts, good and bad, negative and positive.
Yes.
We will still grow from it. Like, share, and but my place is, and like I tell people, even in my sessions, I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to help you see your way through.
Good.
If you did wrong, so what can we do? What is the lesson that you learned? Because it served you something. What is the lesson that you learned? So now let's build some goals. Let's talk about it. How let me see you heal in this. What did you do? How did you take care of that? How did you manage your anger? Even like the smallest things in my session when they say, "Oh, Miss Cooper, I thought about you because this happened to me, and guess what I did?" Like I rejoice,
Yes, yes,
even if
yes.
it's that one
Yes,
moment. I
yes.
rejoice when they tell me, Miss Cooper, I did it. I did it. I did exactly what you said. Oh, Miss Cooper, I thought about you over the weekend. Oh, this really helped me because I was dealing with this situation. Because some people just don't have that trusted source. And true enough, everybody don't have your heart at the best interest of your heart. And you don't know who to trust. Some people just need to say, I got this bag of garbage. And I need to sit it right here. And I need you to tell me it's okay.
It's okay.
And it is.
Mm. Girl, we can be here all day talking.
Yeah.
We can be
Yeah.
here all day. But before we leave, I want you to let people know how to get in contact with you if somebody wanted to book a session with you,
Yeah.
if it was for the life coaching, the anger man, whatever it may, if it's just to talk, just
Yeah.
let them know how to get in contact with you.
Yes, you can reach me at sunshine515 at gmail.com. You're going to send me a message through the email. I'm watching my emails. That's how I book my appointments. My sessions are visual. If you need in-person sessions, we'll have that as well. But if you need anger management, if you want to talk about anger, grief, marital problems, whatever it is, I'm here to help you heal because life coaching, as I said, it's not just a job, it's a calling, it's an anointing that you have to walk in to be able to say, I want to see you heal, and your healing is gonna come with no judgment from me.
Good. And the last thing, I know you say you're with a company that does the court order. Because I had somebody that actually sent me a question or said that they have people or their clients have court order sessions and they want to send them to you. So how do
They
they?
will still have to go through
Okay,
Sunshine,
okay,
go through
okay,
that, and then I can get them registered with that with the company that I
okay,
actually work
okay,
for.
good. And then
Go
I'm
through
gonna
that, yeah,
personally send that out to her as well too, so she can have that.
yeah.
Anything else?
That would be
Anything else?
all. I would just say take a moment. 5 minutes could change your life. Take a moment in the midst of a heated moment. But healing is a forever process. And when you get healed, always reach back to help others be healed. That's
All
my
right. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Don't Play With Me podcast. I greatly appreciate all the support, all the feedback, and I would say continue to be engaged. Until next time, be healed.
be healed.